Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Simple English Hub, the place where you learn English in simple, practical, and powerful ways. Today, we are going to talk about something that every English learner wants to achieve: speaking English confidently and fluently. Many learners spend years studying grammar, memorizing vocabulary, and reading English books. But when it is time to speak, they suddenly feel nervous. Their mind becomes empty, their words disappear, and they start worrying about mistakes. If this has ever happened to you, remember that this experience is very common. Speaking a new language is not easy at the beginning, but it becomes easier with the right practice. Speaking is a skill, and like every skill, it improves through consistent effort and daily training. Today, I will share 10 powerful methods that can help you practice speaking English effectively. Each method focuses on building confidence, training your brain to think in English, and helping your mouth become comfortable producing English sounds. Method 1. Speak to yourself in English. One of the simplest and most powerful ways to practice speaking English is by talking to yourself. Many learners feel shy speaking in front of other people because they are afraid of making mistakes. But when you speak to yourself, there is no pressure and no judgment. You can speak slowly, repeat sentences, and experiment with new words. For example, when you wake up in the morning, you can describe your actions by saying, "I am waking up now. I need to brush my teeth and make breakfast." When you are preparing food, you can say, "I am cutting vegetables and boiling water." When you leave your home, you might say, "I am going to work now, and the weather is nice today." This type of practice trains your brain to create English sentences naturally, instead of translating from your native language. Over time, speaking to yourself will help you build confidence and fluency, because English becomes part of your daily thinking process. Method 2. Use the shadowing technique. Shadowing is a powerful speaking exercise that involves listening to English audio and repeating it immediately after the speaker. Imagine you hear a sentence such as, "Practice makes progress." Right after hearing the sentence, you repeat the same words using the same rhythm and pronunciation. Then the speaker says another sentence, and you repeat that as well. This technique helps you learn the natural rhythm, pronunciation, and flow of English speech. At the beginning, it might feel challenging because the speaker may talk faster than you can repeat, but that is completely normal. You can pause the audio or slow it down until you feel comfortable. With regular practice, your mouth becomes more flexible, your pronunciation improves, and your speaking speed gradually increases. Shadowing also trains your listening skills, because you must pay close attention to the words and sounds you hear. Method 3. Record your voice. Recording your voice while speaking English is another extremely helpful method for improvement. Many learners feel uncomfortable listening to their own voice, but this exercise allows you to hear your pronunciation the same way other people hear it. For example, you can record yourself speaking about your day for 1 minute. You might say, "Today I woke up early, had breakfast, and studied English for 30 minutes." After recording, listen carefully and observe how you sound. Ask yourself questions like, "Did I speak clearly? Did I pause too often? Did I pronounce words correctly?" By analyzing your recordings, you can notice areas that need improvement. The best part of this method is that you can track your progress over time. If you record yourself today and listen again after a few weeks of practice, you will likely notice that your speech has become clearer and more confident. Method 4. Practice daily conversation questions. Many everyday conversations begin with simple questions, so practicing these questions prepares you for real interactions. For example, someone might ask, "Where are you from?" And you can answer, "I am from Ethiopia." Another common question is, "What do you do?" And you might say, "I am a student," or "I work in an office." Other questions include, "Why are you learning English?" or "What did you do yesterday?" Practicing these questions aloud helps you build automatic responses, so that when someone asks you in real life, you do not need to think too much before answering. For instance, if someone asks, "What do you like to do in your free time?" you might say, "In my free time, I enjoy reading books and practicing English." These simple answers strengthen your conversational ability. Method 5. Find a speaking partner. Speaking with another person is one of the most effective ways to improve your English because it creates real communication. A speaking partner could be a friend, a classmate, a coworker, or someone you meet online who is also learning English. When you practice with a partner, you learn how to listen, respond, and continue a conversation naturally. For example, you might ask your partner, "What did you do today?" And they might answer, "I worked all day and then studied English." You could respond by saying, "That sounds busy, but studying English is a great idea." These interactions help you become comfortable speaking spontaneously. Even short conversations of 10 or 15 minutes can significantly improve your fluency. Method 6. Think in English. Many learners struggle with speaking because they translate every sentence from their native language into English. This habit slows down communication and makes speaking stressful. A powerful solution is to practice thinking directly in English. You can start with very simple thoughts. Look around your room and mentally describe what you see. You might think, "This is my desk. My phone is on the table. The window is open." Later, you can think about your plans using English sentences, such as, "Tomorrow I will practice English again," or "I want to become more confident in speaking." As you develop this habit, your brain becomes faster at producing English sentences and speaking begins to feel more natural. Method 7. Practice role-play situations. Role-playing is a great way to prepare for real-life conversations. In this exercise, you imagine a situation and practice what you would say. For example, imagine you are in a restaurant ordering food. You might say, "Hello, I would like a sandwich and a cup of tea." Another situation might involve asking for directions, where you say, "Excuse me, where is the nearest bus stop?" You can also imagine meeting a new person and saying, "Hi, my name is Daniel. Nice to meet you." Practicing these scenarios builds confidence because when the real situation happens, you already know what to say. Method 8. Learn useful phrases instead of single words. Many learners focus on memorizing individual vocabulary words, but conversation becomes easier when you learn complete phrases. For example, instead of learning the word good, you can learn phrases such as "that sounds good" or "that's a good idea." Other useful phrases include "I understand," "let me think," and "could you repeat that?" These expressions appear frequently in everyday conversation and help you respond quickly. When you know common phrases, your speech sounds more natural and you can communicate more smoothly. Method 9. Listen and repeat English content daily. Listening is closely connected to speaking. The more English you hear, the more familiar the sounds become. You can listen to podcasts, watch English videos, or follow language lessons online. After listening to a sentence, repeat it aloud. For example, if the speaker says, "Consistency is the key to success," repeat the same sentence clearly. This practice strengthens your pronunciation, improves your listening skills, and helps your brain remember natural sentence patterns. Method 10. Practice speaking every day. The most important rule for improving fluency is simple. Practice speaking every day. Consistency is far more important than long study sessions once in a while. Even 5 minutes of speaking practice daily can create noticeable improvement over time. For example, you might spend 2 minutes speaking to yourself, 2 minutes repeating sentences from a video, and 1 minute answering practice questions. These small efforts accumulate and gradually transform your speaking ability.